Hi, my name is Mackenzie Patrick, and today we are going to be going over a Retraction Watch article, which covers how a hepatology journal yanked an article due to falsification of data. So let's dive into some of the background on this topic. In the article that got retracted, Axel Gressner was the lead researcher on the study. He is a medical professional and researcher specializing in clinical chemistry and pathobiochemistry, with an expertise in liver disease. He has a long-standing career in focusing on conditions like cirrhosis, liver cancer, and liver failure. He's made notable contributions to the field of liver pathology. His son, Olav Gressner, was a co-author on the study and worked alongside Axel at the University Hospital in Aachen. The other people on this paper were the colleagues that they had at the University Hospital in Aachen. Together, they all published a paper that eventually would become the subject of serious misconduct. So I mentioned misconduct, but what was the topic even about? So the research focused on liver fibrosis, which is an excessive buildup of scar tissue in the liver due to chronic liver damage. It is a serious condition that can lead to cirrhosis and liver damage. The study specifically examined whether caffeine, which is something consumed on the daily by millions of people, could reduce the severity of liver fibrosis. The researchers initially claimed that caffeine had a protective effect on the liver, suggesting it might even be used as a therapeutic agent. This claim was significant because it implied that a simple lifestyle habit like drinking coffee could have major health benefits for people with liver disease. However, as we'll see, these conclusions were not based on accurate data. Let's dive into the summary of the Retraction Watch article. So a summary of the information provided by Retraction Watch on the misconduct was that after the study had already been accepted for publication, the authors then took advantage of that final stage to make a major unauthorized alterations to the content. Specifically, they had changed the number of rats that they used in the study from 20 to only 4. This is significant because reducing the sample size by that much can completely change the statistical power and reliability of the results. A study based on 4 rats would never carry the same weight as a study based on 20. Additionally, they altered the experimental outcomes themselves and inserted new material into the final versions without notifying the journal's editors. The results of these unauthorized changes was a false claim. The paper now concluded that caffeine significantly reduced liver fibrosis, but the claim was not backed by the original data. Ultimately, these actions led to articles being retracted and triggered investigations into the author's conduct. So, why was this research misconduct such a big deal? Why shouldn't we falsify data? Well, let's talk about it further. The research misconduct had serious implications for the individuals involved, particularly Olav Gressner, who had to leave his position at the University Hospital in Aachen. This incident could severely limit his and Axel Gressner's future research opportunities, funding prospects, and professional collaborations. At the institutional level, the University Hospital in Aachen had to initiate a formal investigation, which can damage its reputation and lead to reduced trust and reduced funding opportunities. Institutions generally face increased scrutiny and administrative responsibilities to prevent future ethical breaches. Furthermore, co-authors associated with the study may face indirect repercussions affecting their professional credibility and future publishing potential, even if they were not directly involved in the misconduct. Falsification undermines trust in the scientific community, casting doubt on legitimate research and damaging the credibility of the field as a whole. In this case, the misconduct delayed a clear understanding of caffeine's potential role in treating liver fibrosis, which could have misled future research efforts and wasted valuable resources. Misleading findings can have serious consequences, especially when it comes to public health policies and treatment strategies, which highlights just how important integrity is in the scientific process. When misconduct occurs, it can spread misinformation to the public, leading people to make health decisions based on false or incomplete data. This not only puts individuals at risk, but also creates widespread confusion. On top of that, when these cases gain media attention, they can damage public trust in science and healthcare, making it even harder for healthcare workers to provide reliable information. In conclusion, we can learn from Olav and Axel. We can learn that falsification of data has serious implications, not only on the individuals who do it, but also the colleagues they work with, the journal, and the community as a whole. It is important that we keep this in mind as we continue through scientific research to ensure that we make the best decisions to further help people and advance the scientific community. And these are the references for the presentation. Thank you.